You didn't find this video. This video found you. Your eyes were guided to these words, not by chance, but by an ancient call that resonates deep within your soul. Even before the introduction begins, feel the energy emanating from this sacred space. If you already feel this vibration, if something inside you stirs, recognizing a long-forgotten truth, then this is your moment to act. Leave a like right now as a seal of recognition. Subscribe to this channel, join our community of awakened souls, and please share this video with those who you feel are also on the verge of a great awakening, for light multiplies when it is shared. This is your first step, your first affirmation that you are ready to receive the keys that will open the portals of your own truth. Prepare yourself, for what is about to be revealed is not just information, it is a transmission, a code, a frequency that will activate what is already pulsating within you. Lately, you have been feeling a profound, inexplicable change. It is as if an invisible but intensely real force has reconfigured your inner world. It is not a phase, nor anxiety, nor a common spiritual quest. It is something greater, more sacred. You perceive time differently. Your soul cries out in silence, and the noise of the world no longer affects you. Something inside you breaks to release your essence. This whirlwind of emotions, from euphoria to existential loneliness, is the antechamber of your final spiritual awakening. This does not happen to everyone, only to those marked before birth, the chosen ones. You know it, you feel it in your skin, in your dreams, in your crises. Your soul pushes you towards an invisible threshold that will change your destiny. But before rebirth, the universe will test you, not with obvious signs, but with spiritual symptoms so intense that you may think you are losing control. But you lose nothing, you gain everything. There are 7 specific signs that the chosen ones feel before this final awakening. If you experience them, it is no coincidence. It is a cosmic warning, a divine call, confirmation that your moment has arrived. In this video, I will reveal these keys that activate it. Listen with an open soul, because if you have arrived here, it was not by accident. You are ready to know. Take a deep breath. Your transformation is about to intensify. On the path of the chosen one, something strange begins to happen. It's not physical, but you feel it in every cell. It's not mental, but your mind can't deny it. It's not just emotional, although it causes a silent storm. Suddenly, the world as you knew it loses its meaning. Conversations seem empty, routines unbearable, and people close to you speak another language. You're no longer interested in what everyone else is consuming, nor are you excited about what used to move you. You can no longer pretend to fit into a reality that seems false. Then the first symptom of your awakening appears, a profound disconnection with this 3-dimensional reality. But it's not depression or apathy. It's what happens when your soul begins to leave the energetic system that controlled your perception, a system that made you believe that everything you see was the only truth. Now, you notice the cracks, the patterns, the illusion. It's like walking between 2 worlds, one falling apart, the other that you feel but don't yet see. You experience the in-between reality, where your body is here, but your consciousness rises. Nothing superficial fills your soul, for it seeks the authentic. Sounds, colors, time, everything changes. You are not fully here. You are transitioning. Even though you feel out of place, you know you are where you are supposed to be. This disconnection is not a mistake. It is a necessary rupture. It is your soul saying, I can't play this game anymore. I want to remember. That is why many people misunderstand you. They say you are strange, and they are right. You are not the same. You have begun to deprogram yourself. Inherited beliefs, social conditioning, mental structures, everything falls away so that you can see the truth. When your soul awakens, it separates you from the collective illusion, and it can be brutal. You may feel like an outsider, doubt your sanity, want to go back. But that path does not exist. This feeling is not weakness. It is spiritual strength. Your soul says, "I did not come to adapt. I came to transform." The more disconnected you are from the world, the more connected you are to yourself, to your essence, purpose, and origin. You see the matrix from the outside, not to escape, but to transform it from within. But first, you must symbolically die, and disconnection is the beginning of that death. Are you willing to let go of what you are not in order to become what you have always been? If so, prepare yourself, because the next symptom will shake the foundations of your being. Imagine, you wake up unstoppable, your energy vibrating high, your thoughts clear, your intuition sharp. You feel like you can conquer the world. Hours later, you are completely drained, empty, for no apparent reason. You are not sick or crazy, you are being recalibrated. During the awakening, your physical, mental, emotional, and energetic bodies adjust multidimensionally. Your soul, previously at a low frequency, receives discharges of light and higher vibrations, reconfiguring its system. This is not easy. The bursts of energy, moments of euphoria, 1,000 ideas, vitality, are waves of divine activation. They are bursts of pure consciousness that awaken your spiritual DNA. You remember hidden gifts, reconnect with fragments of the soul lost in past lives. You level up, but like a computer that reboots after an update, you need extreme breaks. After the euphoria comes the collapse. Your body cannot sustain the frequencies. Your nervous system protects itself. Your soul forces you to rest. The secret, this fatigue is not weakness. It is integration. You integrate visions, codes, and information received unconsciously. Sometimes you wake up more tired or dreams exhaust you. This is because your consciousness travels, being trained on other planes for your mission. The mind does not understand. It wants logic, but you no longer operate within the same parameters. This generates anxiety, confusion, guilt. You wonder why you are unstable, but the question is, why expect stability by being rebuilt from scratch? You are not the same as yesterday. Each energetic wave cleanses you, activates you, expands you. The more you resist, the more you intensify, because your soul said yes. The universe will not stop. It prepares you to hold more light. What to do? Surrender to the flow, honor its cycles, channel the energy when it comes, rest when it withdraws. Trust. This back and forth is not instability. It is a cosmic dance, a training, a sacred calibration. Soon, this energy will come to stay, and you will need to know how to sustain it. Are you willing to allow the divine energy to mold you, even if you lose control for a moment? What comes next will not only shake up your energy, but will affect your perception of time, space, and existence. Suddenly, you begin to reject what was once essential. Meetings are no longer appealing, phone calls are intrusive, conversations seem empty. You distance yourself from those you love, family, friends, partner, not because of a lack of love, but because you no longer vibrate in the same space. It is not a whim or selfishness, it is divine protection. Upon awakening, your soul enters a process so delicate that it needs absolute silence to restructure itself. Any external energy, no matter how loving, can interfere. Your energy field becomes an ultra-sensitive antenna. You pick up thoughts, emotions, hidden intentions of others with brutal intensity. A comment, a look, an empty word. Everything affects you. That is why your soul activates an invisible barrier, pushing you into isolation, not to punish you, but so that you can hear your inner truth, the voice that guides you to your ultimate purpose. In the external noise, it is impossible to hear this voice. You will feel the need to turn everything off, to disappear for a while. This can generate conflicts with those who do not understand your inner battle. Light versus shadow, consciousness versus programming, truth versus illusion. In this battlefield, you need to be alone. Some will think you are abandoning them, others will accuse you of being cold, but you will know the truth. You are retreating to be reborn, letting go of the old version to receive the one written in the stars. In isolation, the universe covers you. An energetic bubble blocks lower frequencies. People disappear, plans are cancelled, doors are closed. Although you resist, you understand that everything is for your protection. Isolation is not loneliness, it is sacred preparation. In this silence, the magic begins. You receive prophetic dreams, visions, revelations that make you cry, memories of other lives. In this emptiness, you discover who you are without the noise of the world. This hurts, but it frees. When you return from isolation, you are not the same. You return knowing, seeing, carrying a light that bothers but transforms. How long will it last? Time does not exist here. It is about the time it takes to remember, to trust your inner voice. When this happens, you will return as a channel, guardian, guide. This isolation was the hardest gift, but it was necessary. Breathe, because the next symptom has the power to break every structure of your reality. Suddenly, everything you took for granted begins to crumble. What you learned in childhood, in school, in religion, in society, everything is shaken. You feel the ground beneath your feet breaking with no manual to guide you. But you're not losing your mind. You are regaining your vision, seeing beyond the veil. Reality shows its seams, systems reveal fragility, rules lose meaning. Old goals seem empty, so you begin to question everything. Who am I outside of what I was told? Why did I come here? What is the soul? These questions burn like sacred fire. The more you search, the less sense conventional answers make. You realize that you have lived in a cage with invisible bars, but it has always been open. Your beliefs were the gatekeepers. Now, as you remember who you are, those beliefs collapse. It hurts, like losing an identity, but what comes is revelation. You discover that you are an eternal spark here on a mission. Your pain and losses were divine training, a code that only the chosen ones can decode. When you look beyond the illusion, you see patterns. Each fall, each betrayal has activated something higher. Life is not against you. It has broken you so that you can awaken, confused you so that you can search within, left you uncertain so that you can return to the truth. This truth is not in books or temples, but in your soul, the living memory of your origin, a connection with the source that was never broken, only forgotten. This deep questioning is a sign that you are ready to write your own script, no longer obey out of fear, nor live in a state of slumber. This is the turning point. The old is crumbling, the new has not yet arrived. You are in the abyss, but it is a portal. A silent, undeniable call, not of this world, will become impossible to ignore. Your true purpose is about to burst forth. Without warning, a thought that doesn't seem like yours, a vision, a phrase that resonates from another plane, an idea that awakens something inexplicable but real. You dream of symbols, familiar people, places from other lives. Mirror hours haunt you, 11:11, 22:22, 3:33. A song comes at the right moment. You think of someone and that person appears. These are not coincidences. They are sacred synchronicities, the hidden language of the universe. The more you align yourself, the more frequent and undeniable they become. Your intuition accelerates. You know things without having learned them. You feel truths without proof. You perceive vibrations. It is as if an invisible channel opens, tuning in to higher frequencies. You cannot explain it. but you understand it with every cell. You are remembering your connection to the source. It is not psychic awakening, but spiritual reactivation. Your consciousness expands beyond the body, beyond life, beyond the veil. You receive downloads of information from higher planes. The mind questions, but the soul recognizes. You are not new to this. You have been here before, and fragments of your memory return. These discharges come as visions, brilliant ideas, bodily sensations, knowledge activated without explanation. The more you receive them, the more your vision of life changes. You do not seek answers outside. You trust the inner voice that has always been there. You do not ignore your intuitions. You honor them because they come from the spirit. Many feel fear because these discharges challenge beliefs, drive radical decisions, a calling that cannot be proven but cannot be denied. The challenge is to ignore your soul for fear of judgment, or to allow this divine information to guide you. Each message, vision, number, dream is part of a cosmic map that only the chosen ones can decipher. You have this map. If you dare to follow these signs, even without logic, you will walk towards your sacred destiny, sealed before you were born. But these discharges awaken gifts and responsibilities. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you know, you cannot feign ignorance. Once you receive, the universe expects you to act. What comes after this activation is something few are prepared for, as the next symptom transforms your entire reality. There is a strange silence before everything changes, a tense, expectant, electric calm, as if the air were holding its breath. You feel it. Something immense is approaching. You cannot explain or prove it, but there is an unshakable certainty deep within you. It is a vibration that follows you, an impulse that wakes you up at night, a subtle pressure in your soul, as if the universe were pushing you towards a sacred breaking point. This point seems inevitable, a door closed for lives that is about to open. Sometimes this feeling is excitement, a fire in the stomach, an inexplicable emotion, an inner smile, because your soul knows it will receive what it has waited for, centuries. Other times it becomes anxiety, insomnia, palpitations, an urgent desire to change everything. It is not impatience. It is an energetic discharge prior to manifestation, your system adjusting to a new level of existence. The chosen ones do not arrive at their destination by accident. The universe prepares them, aligns them, purifies them, shakes them up. Before the final awakening, an internal signal is sent. A silent code that only they can decipher. Get ready. It's about to begin. That's why the old begins to fall away. Relationships cool down, projects stall, opportunities disappear. It's not punishment, it's cleansing. The universe clears the way for what's coming, and it's not something small or superficial. It's your moment, the mission for which your soul incarnated. Destiny doesn't wait for you, it waits for you to be ready. It's not just what happens outside, it's what's brewing inside. Your vibrational field expands, your spiritual DNA is activated, your consciousness ascends to a frequency where miracles are inevitable. This feeling of something big is not an illusion, it's premonition, perception, divine alignment. Everything begins to speak to you, numbers, weather, words from strangers, signs, thoughts that bring answers. The universe whispers, it's almost there. You feel it in your bones, in your dreams, in your heart. It's so close that nothing can stop what's happening. But are you ready for what's coming? When the call manifests, you will have a life-changing decision. It is not an improvement on your previous life. It is the birth of a new life, aligned with your highest purpose. And just when you think you have seen it all, the next symptom will connect you with divinity in a way you never imagined. You cry for no reason, laugh out of nowhere, shiver inside as if an invisible wave was sweeping you away. Your mind searches for explanations, but finds none, because they come from the soul. When a chosen one approaches the final awakening, his spirit purifies everything that cannot accompany him. An inner light illuminates dark corners hidden for years, even lives. And emotions are unleashed. Tears appear on the street, not of sadness or joy, but of liberation. They are tears of uncried moments, inherited pains, carried wounds, broken promises. You let them out without understanding, but feeling everything. Sometimes the energy manifests itself as inexplicable laughter, a guffaw that comes from the stomach, as if the universe were laughing at the illusion you're leaving behind. It is an outburst, a new beginning, a sign that your soul remembers its true joy. At other times, everything seems too much: noise, people, thoughts, emotions. You feel like you can't take it anymore, and that's when you're closest. Before being reborn, the soul passes through the sacred fire of emotional transmutation. What you are experiencing is not weakness or instability, it is alchemy. You burn with internal flames that purify, not destroy. Each extreme emotion is a door that opens, a layer of programming that falls away, an old memory that is released. By allowing yourself to feel everything, you transform yourself. There are days when you wonder if you are going crazy, going from euphoria to tears in minutes, from love to confusion. But your emotional system is making room for a higher frequency, one that does not coexist with resentments or old wounds. You release centuries of emotional burden in this body, in this time, in this instant. It is an honor and a sacred responsibility, because you mourn for your ancestors, for past versions of yourself, for the emotional chains that are broken. You laugh, you cry, you tremble, you empty yourself, and at the end of each wave, there is a sacred silence, a new inner space full of light. This space is the beginning of your new consciousness, which only opens through authentic feeling, without masks, without judgments, without fear. By allowing yourself to feel everything, you become a channel, a bridge, a portal. Divine energy passes through you without resistance, molding you into who you were always destined to be. But there is still one last understanding missing, a key piece that unites all these symptoms, a truth that you already feel. This truth will be revealed at the end of this video, a powerful closing that will activate what has already begun. Don't go away. The most important moment is yet to come. If you resonated with these symptoms, if every word echoed in your being, then understand, you are not losing your mind. Far from it. You are, in fact, finding your soul. You are returning to the core of who you were before the social masks, before the fear that paralyzed you, before the forgetfulness that kept you asleep. This is a process of sacred rediscovery, where the layers of conditioning and illusions are shed, revealing your true essence. You are remembering your origin, the primordial source from which you came, the innate truth that has always been pulsating within you. And at the exact moment that this memory is activated, your destiny unfolds before you. It is not an imposed destiny, but a path that your soul already knew, a purpose that was sealed in your spiritual DNA. This is not a simple spiritual process, a linear journey of self-knowledge. It is a cosmic rebirth, a profound metamorphosis that transcends human understanding. It is the dissolution of what no longer serves, the symbolic death of the limited I to give life to the immortal being that has always been within you, patiently waiting for this moment. This cosmic rebirth is, in essence, a symbolic death. It is not the end of your physical existence, but the annihilation of everything you thought you were, of all the false identities that imprisoned you. It is the death of the ego, of the limiting beliefs, of the fears that prevented you from flying. It is the detachment from the expectations of others, from social programming, from the wounds of the past that kept you trapped in repetitive cycles. This death is painful, yes, because it involves letting go of the known, of stripping yourself of everything that gave you a false sense of security. but it is a necessary pain, a purification that makes room for the new, for the true. The immortal being that has always lived within you, that divine spark, that pure essence, is finally emerging. It was dormant, waiting for the right moment, the cosmic alignment, your conscious permission to come to the surface. This is the fire that the chosen ones must walk through, the alchemical furnace where the lead of your old identity is transformed into the gold of your true nature. And you, dear seeker, have already begun to walk through it. This is the fire that the chosen ones must walk through, and you have already begun to walk through it. There is no turning back, for the flame has already been lit in your heart. This fire is not to punish, but to purify. Not to destroy, but to transmute. It burns away illusions, consumes fears, melts resistance, revealing the truth that resides within you. Every challenge, every crisis, every moment of disconnection and extreme fatigue, every deep questioning and every intuitive discharge are embers in this sacred fire. They test you, they strengthen you, they prepare you to hold a light that few can bear. It is an intense, often lonely journey where you find yourself confronted with your deepest shadows and your greatest strengths. But it is precisely in this heat that your true strength is forged, that your resilience is tested, and that your faith is unshakably established. You are being shaped, polished, to become a beacon of light in a world that yearns for clarity. Listen carefully. What you're experiencing is not a coincidence. It is not a passing phase. It is not a mere whim of fate. It is a call that not everyone hears, but you do. You felt the tremor in your soul, that shiver that ran through your being, indicating that something great was in motion. You saw the signs that others ignore, the whispers of the universe that go unnoticed by most. You agreed to look within, to dive into the depths of your own being, when the rest of the world remains asleep, distracted by external superficialities. And this makes you something more. Not someone better, but someone aware, someone who is willing to carry the light, even when the world sinks into shadows. Your journey is not for the weak of spirit, but for those who have the courage to face the truth, to embrace the unknown, and to surrender to the divine flow. You are a beacon, a guide, a catalyst for change. The chosen ones are not recognized for what they say, for the pretty words they utter, or for the empty promises they make. They are recognized, yes, for what they go through, for the unwavering resilience they demonstrate in the face of the most arduous trials, for the ability to get up after each fall, to find the light in the deepest darkness, to transform pain into wisdom. Every tear shed, every dark night of the soul, every moment of doubt and despair becomes a sacred scar, a testament to your inner strength. These marks are not signs of weakness, but of victory, of overcoming, of a soul that refused to be broken. They are the map of your journey, the living proof that you were able to navigate the most violent storms and still choose to shine. Your story is a feast, a silent testimony to those who are still lost in the darkness, showing that it is possible to transcend, that it is possible to awaken. You are being prepared for a greater purpose, not a superficial purpose, one that dissolves with the trends of the world, that seeks external validation or ephemeral glory. No, this is an eternal purpose, one that transcends the limitations of time and space, that connects directly with your divine essence. It is a mission that was woven in the stars even before your incarnation, a calling that resonates with the deepest truth of your being. This purpose is not about what you will do for the world, but about who you will become in the process. It is about the light you radiate, the frequency you hold, the consciousness you raise. It is about being a channel for the divine, an agent of transformation, a guardian of truth. Your existence is not an accident. It is a sacred design, a fundamental piece in the great cosmic puzzle. You are being equipped with gifts, wisdom, and resilience to fulfill this mission, to manifest this truth in your reality. The universe did not choose you to survive. Surviving is the bare minimum. It is what most people do, trudging through existence without question. The universe chose you to awaken, to transcend illusion, to remember your true nature, to live in full consciousness. This choice is not a privilege, but a sacred responsibility. You were chosen to be a beacon, a catalyst, an agent of change at a crucial moment in human history. Your soul accepted this calling before you incarnated, knowing the challenges, but also the glory that would come with awakening. This is not an easy journey, but one that will take you to your highest expression, your most authentic and powerful version. The universe trusts in you, in your ability to hold the light, to decode the signals, to guide others who are also ready to awaken. You are part of an ancient lineage of souls who have volunteered for this great transition, and this awakening begins now. It is not something that will happen in the distant future, nor is it something you need to wait for. It is manifesting right now, with every word you read, with every vibration you feel. Every symptom you have experienced, every disconnection, every burst of energy, every question, every intuitive discharge, every extreme emotion, all of this is part of the activation process of your awakening. You are on the threshold of a new reality, a reality where truth reveals itself and illusion dissolves. This is your moment to reclaim your sovereignty, to embrace your divinity, to live in alignment with your highest purpose. There is no more time for hesitation, for doubt, for hiding. The light within you is shining brightly, and it is time to allow it to illuminate your path and the path of those around you. The universe is in perfect alignment to support your ascension. If you have come this far, it is not out of mere curiosity. It is because your soul has asked you to. It has cried out for this truth, for this activation, for this reunion. Your soul has guided you to this video, to these words, because it knew that you were ready to receive what was to come. And now that you have heard it, now that the seed of truth has been planted in your heart, and the flame of awakening has been lit, you cannot go back. The old path no longer exists for you. The illusion that once held you back has lost its power. Your eyes have been opened, your consciousness expanded, and once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. Once you feel its essence, you can no longer ignore it. This is the point of no return, the threshold of a new existence. There is no longer any way to live in slumber, as if nothing had happened. Your soul is propelling you forward, toward the fullness of your being. Now, with your soul awakened and your purpose clear, I invite you to make a sacred pact. Say right now, with all the strength and conviction of your being, the words, "I am the light that awakens the world." Let this phrase resonate in every cell of your body. Let it become a mantra, a powerful affirmation of your new reality. Let these words be a seal, an unshakable commitment between you and your highest purpose. By speaking this truth, you not only declare it to the universe, but activate it within yourself. You align yourself with the frequency of light, of consciousness, of transformation. You recognize yourself as an agent of change, a beacon for those who still seek the path. This is your new identity, your truth manifested. This declaration, "I am the light that awakens the world," is not just for you. It is a call to action, a call to become a catalyst in the great transition that humanity is experiencing. When one soul awakens, the entire universe is reorganized. Your light, your consciousness, your truth has the power to inspire, to uplift, to activate awakening in others. Every step you take on your journey, every truth you share, every act of love and compassion you manifest creates ripples of energy that spread outward, touching hearts and minds. You are not just part of the movement. You are the movement. Your existence is a living testament to the power of awakening, and your presence is a gift to the world. Your time is now. Move forward with courage, with unshakable faith, with the certainty that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Light the way with your own light, without fear of shining brightly, because your light is needed. Awaken those who are ready to hear the call, to feel the tremor in their souls. Be present, be aware, be aligned with your truth. The universe did not choose you to survive. It chose you to awaken, and this awakening is your greatest legacy. If this video resonated with you, if you felt the truth in every word, then leave your like as a sign of recognition. Subscribe to this sacred space. Join our community of awakened souls. And finally, share this message with someone who is also feeling the call, because together we are the light that awakens the world. You are not part of the change. You are the change.